Day 3 is in the books for the Houston Texans. And what if I told you that on days 1, 2, and 3, Nick Caserio has found starters and has found players who will make an immediate impact for this team in the upcoming season? That's why everyone from the national media to the Houston Texans fan base to even the people who cover the team are coming with the same consensus, with the same conclusion, and that is Nick Caserio done a hell of a job for the Houston Texans. Let's look at so far, day 1 and day 2, a quick little recap. Derek Stingley, if healthy, maybe the best cornerback in the draft, maybe the best guard in the draft in Kenyon Green. Then you take one of the most versatile players in the draft at 37 in Jalen Petrie, who could pretty much do it all for this defense. You then trade up for John Mitchie, who, coming off the ACL injury, is going to be an absolute playmaker for this offense. And then Christian Harris, the absolute athletic freak from Alabama. Each and every single one of those guys could start day 1, could make an immediate impact day 1. And then we were looking at day 3. I said he's had a good draft so far. Let's see what he can do. Maybe find some pieces, maybe find some gems. And at 107, he drafted Dameon Pierce, running back from the Florida Gators. And I think this is a home run get for the Houston Texans because he is one of the best pass blocker running backs. He is a violent runner. And when I mean violent, I mean violent. He runs angry. He doesn't want to get stopped at the 1 and 2 yard mark. He wants to get upwards to the 3, to the 4. He has a knack for finding the chains. He has a knack for getting into the end zone. Dameon Pierce is a bowling ball type of running back for me for the Houston Texans. He is going to run over guys. He is just going to be an absolutely physical. The energy that he is going to bring whenever he trucks a defender on Sunday or takes 3 people into the end zone is just going to fuel this offense. It's going to fuel the fans. You bring in a player who plays with emotion, right? We saw that play against the Florida Gators where his helmet gets ripped off and he still continues to go into the end zone, and he didn't score but takes 2 or 3 guys in there. Dameon Pierce, I think, is going to make an immediate impact for the Houston Texans, and I am excited to see what happens week 1 and what happens when he's running behind Kenyon Green. That's what only I think makes this pick so much sweeter is that Kenyon Green opened up so many holes at A&M for Isaiah Spiller, and now he's going to be doing it for Dameon Pierce. Man, dude, this dude is just absolutely nasty. People comparing to Maurice Jones-Drew. We're going to see how that plays out. At number 150, the Houston Texans took Thomas Booker, defensive end from Stanford, right? He said that he wants to be a 3 technique, that's what he plays, that you can move him all over the defensive line. He's a pretty big dude. The question after taking a Thomas Booker, we have Malik Collins, we have Roy Lopez. Is Ross Blacklock the automatic now? We do know that he hasn't really played that well. The past 2 seasons since he's been, hasn't really played up to his high 2nd round pick potential. So for the Houston Texans or for Nick Caserio to take Thomas Booker, a guy who could play the 3 tech, who can move all over the defensive line, he's adding depth, he's adding some competition around the defensive line. That is exactly what the Houston Texans needed. We were dead last in stopping the run last year. Adding Thomas Booker is a very good draft pick for me. Also, people love to talk about how smart he is, how on the field he's basically a coach. This is the exact type of player that Nick Caserio gets in the draft. Tough, smart, dependable, versatile. Like I said, can move all over the offensive line. I'm excited to see what Thomas Booker brings to the Houston Texans defensive line. At number 70, Tegan Toriano, the tight end from Oregon State. This was a head scratcher. Who is this guy? But when you look up, but when you look him up, 6'6", 260, he is the blocking tight end for the Houston Texans, and he knows it as well. He says, I like, to block, and I block the hell out of, out of the run. He says he wants to model his game after George Kittle. Look, I don't think he's going to come in and start over Brevin Jordan. I think Brevin Jordan is still your tight end number 1, but for adding a guy who's that big, who could block, and can also, he ran a 4.9. He does have reliable hands. If you need to throw a 50-50 ball in the end zone, 6'6", 260, you're going to be able to get that ball anytime. Does have a basketball background. You're bringing him in to run the ball, and then sometimes, throwing it to him to like the 2-3 yard line and see what he could do after the catch. We know Pep Hamilton has a 2 tight end system, so we're bringing in a young guy. He's 21 years old. He does have speed. was primarily used as a blocking tight end at Oregon State. And now we get to see what he's going to do on this Houston Texans team, what he's going to do under Pep Hamilton. And so far, I think these three guys, Dameon Pierce, Thomas Booker, and Thomas Booker and Tegan Quitoriano, all make immediate impacts for the Houston Texans.